Hello, I am Stephen Epstein, and I have been defending DWI cases for more than 30 years. The holiday season can be full of festivities and socializing, but driving while impaired can ruin it and destroy lives, including yours and your loved ones. Please make the right choice and do not drive drunk. If you or a loved one have made that mistake, I am here to help. I've been defending DWI cases for more than 30 years. Others promise to do all they can. I am able to do all that can be done. Call me at 516-745-1500. BarkheadEpstein.com.
It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And joining us now to talk about what damage President Biden can do with a little over a month left, and he's doing quite a bit, is Frank Gaffney. He is president of Institute for the American Future and also vice chairman, Committee on the Present Danger, China. Also, he's host of Securing America on Real America's Voice. Frank, first off, you know, we were just talking about the wall and what Biden is doing. It seems like at every turn, he is really undermining this president, whether it comes to national or international security.
You're so right. And what you were just discussing with Thomas Massey is just a microcosm of the larger problem. We did a 2-hour webinar this afternoon of our Committee on the Present Danger China. It'll be posted here probably the next day at presentdangerchina.org. I really commend it to your audience because we had 8 different folks presenting different aspects of what the Biden-Harris administration is doing in this window, this transition period, and the outrages. I mean, it's what you just were talking about the wall is a perfect example of it, but it's just one of many things that are being done to try to undermine Donald Trump, to lock in policies that the American people rejected in their votes in the last election, and that will be very much contrary to the national interest. And yet they're trying to get away with them. And the question is, given the help that they're getting from some of our enemies, like the Chinese Communist Party, among others, will they be able not only to perpetrate all of this activity, and I think it is criminal myself, but whatever it is, it's wrong, and possibly get to a point where there's so much chaos in this country that, I hate to say this, but I fear that there may be a delay in the inauguration, the end of this Vale of Tears, and the beginning of the restoration of America that Donald Trump has promised.
Wow, that is just such a mess and such a disaster.
By the way, today, the Electoral College officially voted Trump has a sufficient amount of
the electoral votes, right? They certified, they did their final, it's amazing. Frank, by the way, what are your thoughts on all the stuff, with drone activity? There is somebody who just came out. This is, a Marine, retired Marine colonel. He's an expert and he's at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. And he says that he believes the Pentagon is likely, quote, too embarrassed to admit drone activity. Saying they won't say what it is. It's embarrassed them in some way. And now they're just trying to kind of divert. Your thoughts of what it could be and how concerned should we be? Because they just came out from a briefing.
There's so many stories.
Yeah. And the story, how about, John, that we were talking about at the top from, New Jersey, where the mayor of Belleville says, they're missing some radioactive material, it was tied to, medical, but it was supposed to come into the port of Newark. There's a lot of theories out there.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it in the course of this webinar, and I think the bottom line is there are 2 major theories. One is that you have hostile powers that are operating these things, and maybe, yes, the Pentagon is embarrassed that it hasn't been able to stop them or even tell us where they're coming from. In any event, they're not telling us what they know about it, that's for sure. The second is that they are our drones, and they're looking for radioactive material, perhaps. They certainly could be bringing sensors to bear to try to find the stuff that might go into a dirty bomb, or worse yet, even a small nuclear weapon that could have been smuggled into this country, maybe in pieces and assembled here. I don't know.
And Frank, that's what I've been told.
People are being deprived information that should have, I think.
Frank, that's what I've been told, that these drones, whoever they belong to, are looking for radioactive material.
Yeah. It's entirely possible. But on the other hand, maybe that's not the case. But either way, what we're being treated to, and this used to be sort of the general modus operandi, the way they do business at the Biden team is to try to keep the American people in the dark. And I'll tell you, just think about this for a second. With all of our surveillance systems, with all the cameras and other sensors and so on that were able to be brought to bear to find the guy who killed that United Healthcare executive on the streets of New York City, it was a guy in a McDonald's kitchen.
Right. Not the family who reported him, which I find interesting too, Frank.
Yeah.
Frank, by the way.
The issue, Rita, is just quickly that, we need to crowdsource the kinds of intelligence that we need desperately about where these Chinese nationals who've been brought into the country, I think they're People's Liberation Army personnel, or the jihadis, or, other criminal elements, cartels and so on. We need, in short, in the face of what the Biden team is doing, which is making the problem worse and not telling us the truth, to have the American people brought into the mix and engaged. We need their help.
No question. And just like you said, with that wide open southern border, and we know that Chinese military men, many of them came through. And you talked about all these other, Islamists. I mean, it's a scary mix, and it's going to take a long time to correct the damage done. Frank, great to have you here.
Frank, let us know if any hot news.
Keep us posted, Frank. Keep me posted.
Happy to do it.
Wonderful to talk with you, Frank.
Eden Memorial Chapels understands Jewish funerals can take many forms. Some are Orthodox, while others are more conservative or of a Reformed nature. There's no one better. With services close to all New York and New Jersey cemeteries, Eden Memorial Chapels offer fair and balanced pricing and can provide easy transfer of you and your loved ones to Israel. While you're grieving, they're here to take care of all the details so that you deal with less bureaucracy and have more peace of mind. Go to EdenMemorial.com. That's EdenMemorial.com.
Larry Kudlow here with an urgent warning. While we celebrate Trump's historic win, inflation continues to drain your IRA and 401k. And China is now targeting your money with a kill shot on the dollar. That's why thousands of Americans are shielding their savings with gold and contacting the experts at Colonial Metals Group. Gold has protected American wealth through every financial war. For a free 2024 gold guide that explains everything, please go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. The experts at Colonial Metals Group are the only folks I trust to help you bulletproof your wealth with gold. Go to freegoldguide.com/Kudlow or just call 800-621-3908. That's 800-621-3908 for a free 2024 gold guide to learn how you can protect your life's work, and if you qualify for a free home safe and up to $7,500 in free silver right now. Freegoldguide.com/Kudlow.